You've been saying SQL in meetings. Your colleague says SQL. You've heard cache pronounced 3 different ways this week. Which one is actually correct? Here's the thing. In tech, we learn most words by reading documentation, not by hearing them. So by the time you need to say these words in a meeting or an interview, your mind goes blank. I'm Jock. I've worked in IT for over a decade and I've heard every pronunciation variation out there. Today, I'll clear up 3 words that trip up almost everyone. SQL, cache, and Agile. Let's get into it. Let's start with the big one, SQL. How do you pronounce it? Is it SQL or SQL? Here's the answer that might surprise you. Both are correct. Let me explain. SQL was originally called SQL, which stood for Structured English Query Language. But the name was changed because SQL was already trademarked by another company. So they dropped the vowels and called it SQL. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Different companies pronounce it differently. Microsoft says SQL Server. Oracle says SQL. But MySQL says MySQL. PostgreSQL says PostgreSQL. SQLite says SQLite. So, what should you say? Here's my advice. Either is fine. Pick one and be consistent. If you're joining a new team, listen to how they say it and match them. One thing to avoid: mixing them. Don't say MySQL or PostgreSQL. That sounds wrong to everyone. Next up, cache, as in cache memory, browser cache, clear the cache. I've heard this pronounced at least 4 different ways. Cache, catch, cache, cache. Let me be clear, there's only one correct pronunciation. Cache is pronounced exactly like cash, the word for money. They're homophones. They sound identical. The E at the end is silent. We do not pronounce it. So, where do the other pronunciations come from? Cache is actually a French word. In French, cache means hidden, like a hidden storage place. And in French, it's pronounced closer to cache. But in English, we drop the accent. It's just cache. What about catch? That's just wrong. It's a completely different word. Catch is what you do with a ball and has a T sound. Cache is where you store data. And case, some people see the silent E at the end and think it makes the A long. It doesn't. It's cache. So remember, cache sounds like cache. Simple. Finally, let's talk about Agile as an Agile methodology. Scrum, sprints, stand-ups. This one causes confusion because different regions pronounce it differently. The standard pronunciation and what you'll hear in most tech companies is Agile, soft J sound like the J in jump, long I sound like the I in while or mile, stressed on the first syllable, Agile, not Agile or Agile. Now, here's an interesting note. In British English, some people pronounce it with a shorter I sound, more like Agile. You might hear this in the UK. It's acceptable, but less common in tech. The hard G pronunciation, Agile, is regional. You might hear it in parts of Britain, but it's not standard in American English or international tech circles. My recommendation, stick with Agile, especially international settings. It's the most widely understood pronunciation in the tech world. Alright, let's practice. repeat after me. First, SQL. You can say either version. SQL. SQL. Next, cache. Cache. Clear the cache. Say it like clear the cache. Finally, Agile. Agile. We use Agile methodology. Good. Now here's a quick test for you. In the comments, tell me, before this video, which of these 3 words were you pronouncing wrong? Be honest, I'll reply. Before I go, here's a quick bonus. 3 more IT words that people often mispronounce. Linux. Linux. Short I like the word pin, not Linux. NGINX is NGINX. Think of it as an engine plus the letter X. And Jira, the project management tool. It's Jira, not Jira. If you found this helpful, subscribe. I post news videos every week on English for Tech Professionals. Next week, we're covering how to explain your project architecture in an interview. Another skill that separates good candidates from great ones. I'll see you in the next one.